What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I'm Reckless, you feel me? Make sure y'all, you feel me, hit that like button, that subscribe. Make sure y'all also, if it's other videos y'all want me to check out, make sure y'all email LifeWithRecklezz@yahoo.com or DM on Instagram. Instagram is LifeWithRecklezz. See here, we got Trump's indictment with Judge Joe Brown, you feel me? Definitely, I don't have a lot to say because I want to get in the video, so let's get right into it.
White Hope, Donald Trump right now.
You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and may.
What's your opinion on what's happening with the Great White Hope, Donald Trump right now?
Okay.
You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and may be used, etc., etc. We know those as the Miranda rights. Miranda was not a nice person, but when you have law, a lot of times some of the most sacred principles are established through the aegis or the agency of somebody that's not nice. Now, if you're worried about downing Trump, you lose track of the fact that what you see, the indictments in New York, Florida, and Georgia are completely outside of the law. Take what this clown Bragg did in New York. Whether you like Trump or not, essentially what they did is indicted him for being the victim of a blackmail attempt. They said he attempted to bribe Stormy Daniels to remain silent. This guy didn't go to law school and didn't pay much attention when he was there, because when you flip the script as you were instructed first year, if you had to pay somebody to be quiet, you got blackmailed. So he's the victim of a felony. If you indict a corporation for failure to file an explicit report as to what the payout was, well, there was a court gag order, and if they filed the explicit report, they violated the court gag order. Okay, get to Georgia. I won't belabor all of the accounts, but I downloaded the 92-page indictment, and I was shocked to find that some of the crimes were that Trump is supposed to have advocated checking out Newsmax, Fox News, and some other conservative, religious-based news institutions. They're legal. Hell, I read them. So that's supposed to be somehow or another criminal now. All right, you get down to this thing in Florida, and they're talking about the documents. Well, let's forget what Trump did. Let's go back when he was not president of the United States and George Herbert Walker Bush was. There's a case from 1988, U.S. Supreme Court. It's called United States Department of Navy versus Egan, E-G-A-N. And if you read the concurring opinions, they say, since constitutionally the president is the commander-in-chief of the military and chief diplomat of the country, he has an inherent power to declare.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Judge Joe Brown, he talked. This is the second video of reacting to Judge Joe Brown, and there you have it. He gonna lay it down for you.
That is the commander-in-chief of the military and chief diplomat of the country. He has an inherent power to declassify or classify anything, any document, in any form, shape, or fashion he chooses. He can do what he wants with it because, guess what? The mandate that causes it to be prepared says it is for the exclusive purpose of advising the president on the state of our intelligence versus what's going on in the world. So he also has a fiduciary responsibility, it's been held, that you do. Once you take that oath, whether you are in office or not, it still binds you, and you have to make an assessment on whether archivists have appropriate security clearances. And also the other thing goes to this. Even if Congress comes up with a law that says he can't, well, that's unconstitutional. And Marbury versus Madison, 1803, 220 years ago says if Congress passes an unconstitutional act, it is null and void. And that's what seems to be the case here. So you keep going into it and you find something that is very disturbing. Individuals belonging to a party are going to do the equivalent of a child in elementary school throwing something at another child and then running to the teacher and saying, teacher, he's going to hit me. You just wait until you go, my mommy picks me up. You won't be able to catch me. Nah, nah, nah. See, that's what it looks like. And the idea that three individuals are going to, or three little entities are going to deprive the American public of who they want to vote for is absolutely disturbing. Let's say it looks like the National Socialist Workers Party.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not familiar with that, the acronym for National Socialist Workers Party is Nazi, N-A-Z-I. And we remember Adolf and Heinrich and all those guys.
Amazing.
And
Let me
what
ask,
happened?
let me ask this. Do you think they're going to put him in prison?
There's no way this should stand on appeal. What they want to do.
I have so many people asking that question. I have my father. My father is an independent. This week, he's an independent leaning Democrat, and like I explained before, this was, I want to say, about 5-6 videos ago. I think I said that my father, it was one day we was on the phone. It was on the phone or on a game. We usually play the game every night with our, our squad that we Call of Duty, and basically was like, somebody asked, you think he's going to prison for it? And of course, my dad says yes. Then I'm like, well, somebody asks, who do y'all think gonna win, the election or whatever? I said Trump. The reason on why I did is because the supporters he have, what Trump's about, is plenty of reasons why. Anyways, long story short, he said that Joe Biden would win again. And it kind of threw me off because it's like, there's a million reasons why I don't think Joe Biden should win again or will win again. If people actually wake up to see that Joe Biden, what he has going on, the family in general, the not in the right state of mind. Like it's so much stuff of people not seeing. They just know that, and it's a lot more people waking up to it. But I feel like a lot of people just seeing that Joe Biden was, vice president of Barack Obama. So they go with that. I don't think a lot of people do their actual research or what's going on. But, I feel like, honestly, Trump is not going to be in no type of prison, jail cell, anything like that. I think he has a good chance of winning, honestly.
Who is taking allowance of what Biden and Stennis and Byrd introduced 40 years ago is legislation that allows a U.S. attorney for the specific purpose of crippling someone, bringing criminal charges, even if there's no chance of making them stick. This is what I said was happening when they started the prosecution of Dr. Bill Cosby. I said, this is so far on the wrong side of the Fifth Amendment, there's no way it would stand. Now, I've talked to Dr. Cosby personally several times since he got out, and they offered him immediately, we'll let you out 2 or 3 days if you'll just go along and concede. No way, he wouldn't. And the bottom line is you can't violate the Fifth Amendment by saying one DA says we're not going to prosecute. Okay, so now he doesn't have any protection against being required in a civil matter to answer interrogatories. and then another DA coming in and saying, we're not bound by that. We're going to take his interrogatories and use them as basis for our prosecution. He never admitted wrong. All he was doing was saying, hey, it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll, sex revolution. When all this was going on, they got what they wanted. I didn't take advantage of them. But you see, those were constitutional principles that are more important than anyone's grievance because they impact all of us. That's what's scary about this whole thing.
Amazing. Short answer.
Wow.
What is the solution to all this mess?
Home training, but since we don't have home training, we have to get back to where we were 40 years ago, 45, 50, 60 years ago, which is churches, synagogues, mosques, temples, the public, the movies, the entertainment industry. The people start talking about character, making where you live a better, safer, more secure place filled with economic prosperity, sense of purpose, etc. Being brave and courageous, men and women of public peace, dignity, order, otherwise, where it's up to us to do this. Nobody's going to do it for us.
Yes.
Wow. Just love how Judge Joe Brown talks and his points, his views. Definitely, this is, like I said, this is the second video of seeing Judge Joe Brown. And he has a lot of points. He has a lot of facts. And of course, you feel me? I mean, it's a judge. I mean, so definitely enjoyed this video. Definitely love to get filled with more and more information, not only about the indictment, but information about history and stuff that's going on. Because about 5-6 months ago, I didn't know that I would actually enjoy anything political. But definitely do. So make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, or political, or history, anything in that sort, of reacting to videos I've react to. Coming from music. But definitely enjoy it. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in and watching the extra. Make sure y'all send them emails, send them DMs for the next one. Much love. Catch y'all next one.